When you say the word evangelical to the average Joe on the street in America, it doesn't mean people of good news. They think of Pat Robertson, Jerry Falwell, the religious right, anti-gay, pro-life, and to me that's incredibly unfortunate because Jesus had nothing to do with political power and wealth and clout. I'm Brandan Robertson, the national spokesperson for Evangelicals for Marriage Equality, and we're an organization that exists to help change the hearts and minds of evangelical Christians on the issue of same-sex civil marriage. The latest polls show that 43% of millennial evangelicals now support same-sex marriage, which is mind-blowing. Over the course of the summer after college, a number of opportunities came up, Evangelicals for Marriage Equality, and I got connected with another organization called Faith in Public Life, and both of them presented me with these opportunities to do some faith-based activism in the area of LGBT equality. Hey Robin, this is Brandon at Faith in Public Life. I'm just calling to check in with you and talk a little bit about the press conference next week at the ERLC Nashville event. So at Evangelicals for Marriage Equality, we make the case that you can be a faithful, Bible-believing evangelical while supporting the right of same-sex couples to be civilly married in the United States, and that whatever your theology might be, it shouldn't dictate what you believe politically and socially about this. We are in Nashville, Tennessee at the Southern Baptist Convention's Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission conference called The Gospel, Homosexuality, and the Future of Marriage. We came to this conference with the intention of cultivating conversations, bringing an alternative evangelical perspective as a millennial evangelical with Southern Baptists, who are the largest evangelical denomination in the world.
So even in cultures, of which there are many, that tolerated, celebrated, promoted homoerotic and homosexual activities as an option to personal happiness, and throughout history, they didn't call it marriage because marriage actually had a function and a design. Obviously, there was a difference because this one was ordered towards procreation and these were not. We're at the point now...
And that's not a statement of discrimination. That's a statement of observation.
For a lot of people in this world, that's cognitive dissonance. How can you be an evangelical Christian and support marriage equality? And so, typically, they want to know my story. I took a very conservative, hardline approach. I'd go to school throughout middle school and high school and encounter my gay and lesbian friends. I had no problem telling people that I thought their lifestyle was sinful. One Sunday morning, and we were looking for a place to attend church. This was freshman year. And had no clue what this church was all about. We walked in, we sat down, and right as the service was about to start, we noticed that there were two women sitting in the pew in front of us who were holding hands. And that really made me uncomfortable. But after the service, that couple came up to me, and we began to engage in conversation. What really became apparent to me was hearing their story about how the church has made them feel, and how the church has hurt their relationships and their life by standing against their right to be civilly married. And the damage that does to the LGBT community who can't get married because evangelicals think it's wrong. Does that communicate the gospel of grace to them? It sounds to me like we're asking them to get right before they come to Jesus, which is so counterintuitive to what Jesus was all about. These are people who are trying to be faithful, and they want to love the LGBT community well. They want to stand for equality if they believe that's what Christ is calling us to.
How does your wife feel about you raising kids there? Because we're probably not.
We actually have a huge children's program, which is a part of the conversation that I have not heard here. I think is really problematic.
The problem is when we begin to allow principles that are not fundamentally found in the gospel to co-opt the gospel. Equality, love, acceptance, grace, all principles clearly found in Scripture. Taxes, probably not so much. Who should be married under the government? Jesus doesn't say anything about that.